fight. That's the reason that people got into this fight and were into it. It wasn't because Chael's funny, he was smart, he talks about it.
Hey, Dana.
That doesn't hurt, it doesn't suck. But I guarantee you, if we had a guy, and ESPN loves Jess. I mean, that's never been more apparent. I mean, he was all over ESPN, but you know, if you have a guy who's the greatest fighter in the world and the pound for pound best, and a guy almost beats him the entire fight and almost wins, people don't want to see that.
Hey, Dana. Dana.
You say you pride yourself in not sending the guy to another weight class and what have you, but I can't imagine no offense to the other middleweights. If there's another fight right now that you can make, even with a win or two in that division, is Anderson a special situation where you do say, man, John Jones, Dan Henderson, whatever it be, that's the biggest fight we can make right now?
Let's see what happens, you know what I mean? This guy is in a situation now, going into this fight tonight, we were looking at, Chael Sonnen wins this fight, holy shit, this guy hits the fucking lottery, right? He's going to be huge, he's going to make a shitload of money, and the trilogy is probably 10 times bigger than this, if you can even fathom that, right? The other side of that thing is, he's our Mike Tyson. This guy is unstoppable, unbeatable. Now it's like, who can challenge him, who can beat him? I don't know, let's find out. I mean, the first time they fought, nobody thought Chael would do that, you know? But to think that a guy's going to continue, Hector Lombard just came in to the UFC. Let's see how Hector Lombard does. I don't know. We don't know that. I mean, we all shrug our shoulders. I mean, you don't know what the fuck's going to happen when they fight next. You just never know. And that's what's so great about this sport. You know, but the big question, the only question I really had going into this fight is, when does Anderson Silva show up? And it's like, oh shit, I'm old. I said, probably not going to be Saturday night, but who knows? It was so far from being tonight. Any other guy who's on the bottom like he was, getting roughed up, getting hit with the elbows and all the other things, but it reminded me a lot of the Dan Henderson fight. When Dan Henderson took him down, except actually, Chael did more damage. Henderson kept that side control position and just kept going like this to him, you know? And then Anderson didn't like that and came out and ended it in second. And it looked very much like that fight.
Hey, Dana, is there any...
Anderson next? Was it like to try the soccer stadium idea again, or did the frustration of this?
I don't know. No. It wasn't frustrating at all. In building this business and going into new territories and doing new things, you're gonna come and have to overcome hurdles. And soccer stadium thing didn't work that time. We're working on it. We'll eventually pull it off. And I don't know if you guys know this, but the night that we were supposed to do that fight in either Sao Paulo or Rio, it was fucking raining sideways, which has always been my big fear in doing an outdoor fight, which just makes me go, God damn.
About the Brazil, do you have any new information for the event? I think Cuba, Ronaldo will fight. Do you have any information on fight or one for votes?
I probably do, but I don't have it here. I have no idea. You know, I have literally done nothing but focus on this fight for the last almost month. So I really, you know, we started working on this thing so long ago and getting this fight ready, and I really haven't focused on anything else. We have the Fighter Summit over the next 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, and we have non-stop executive meetings up until I fly out here for Brazil Australia on Wednesday.
Dana, right? Is there any disappointment in your mind at all that Chael did that spinning back fist, because it kind of robbed a long fight like you had the last time where you had that long dramatic fight? And if he doesn't trip when he does that, you know, I know it is what it is, but is there any kind of disappointment?
It's so hard to tell what would have happened if he didn't do that, or what, you know, there's no doubt he was having a harder time taking Anderson down in that second round. Anderson was ready for the takedown and expecting it, you know, like I said, almost looked like Chael caught him a little off guard when they first started. They both walked to the center, and then they didn't fully back up, and then they started it, you know. Who knows? Anything can happen. You never know what could. I'm not disappointed at all. I think it was a great fight. Chael came out and did what he said he was going to do in that first round, and then Anderson shut it down in the second. And you can see when Anderson gets into that, he gets into this mode, man, where he was just ripping those takedowns, and he was swinging like, this is it. This isn't going. If you're not putting me on my back and smashing my head for another 5 minutes.
Do you think that grabbing the shorts was an issue at all?
I think that when you're in there and the fights are happening, you know, there's guys do stuff all the time. Guys grab get your hands off the cage, get your hands off the cage. It's all part of the fight. It's why I got to tell you, and you guys know, I'm a psycho. I always get freaked out when the referees are being picked. I'm like, fucking Mazzagatti better not be reffing this main event. I'll kill myself. You know, and my thing is, and again, I'll say publicly right here, I've probably talked to Herb Dean 2 times. The most I've ever said to him is, hello, how are you? Okay? I don't even know the guy at all. I think he's the best referee in the business, and when you have a huge fight like this, I'm so nervous about the ref, but Yves Levine did a great job tonight. You know, that knee was very close. He called it right. He handled all the things that went on in the octagon tonight the right way. And you got the wrong guy in there, the guy who's not focusing and not in his game. It can be a complete disaster. And one of my big worries going into this fight tonight, right? So when the Manny Pacquiao thing happened with the judging, everybody's going fucking crazy. And I will say this, and you guys have all been around the fight business your whole lives. I have never seen a fight. Every time that there's a controversial decision, there's always a fucking guy out there that's like, nah, Bradley. I thought Bradley won that fight. You guys are crazy. Not one fucking person thinks Bradley won that fight.
Brian Kenny had Bradley.
He did?
Yeah.
Brian Kenny did?
Yep.
Right, well,
Somebody
I'm
said
wrong
you
then.
did.
Huh?
Somebody said you did.
That's fucking, no. You didn't see my tweets? You didn't see my tweets?
He told me that yesterday.
Yeah, no, my tweets were not very nice after that fight. Brian Kenny, that's weird. But there we go. I mean, there's always somebody that says, you know, but the big thing about that fight is that everybody's going, boxing is fixed, boxing is rigged, this fight, I'm like, have you watched the fucking UFC ever? I mean, some of the decisions that we've had in the UFC are absolutely insane. The difference was there was so much attention on this fight because everybody wants to see that Pacquiao-Mayweather fight so bad, everybody noticed. Well, tonight was our night. If tonight, right? I mean, you just saw the Tito Flores thing. You know, the Tito Flores thing, I was yelling out, people were going, Tito won that fight, you idiot. You know what I mean? Yeah, I scored it the other way, asshole.
Hey,
like I had.
Did you freak when you saw the knee?